This is TWiT. I quit. Reddit users are posting their angry resignation texts to their bosses on an anti-work subreddit. Okay, we have had some interesting ways of quitting. We have had one person quit by text. I don't think that's nice. We did have one person quit by bringing in a dozen donuts, putting them on the counter, and then saying, I quit and leaving. So now when people quit, we call it dropping donuts. By the way, that person several years later came back and said, can I have a job? And said, not without donuts. And then, but I think the best way to quit, am I wrong, is to go in person, put on your big boy pants and go in and say, I'm leaving.
Yeah, but these cases, if you go to the Reddit subreddit, they have jerk bosses who are trying to roll them around, and it's that wonderful moment where you just say, effective immediately.
I love this. Here's one. The boss texts, because now if the boss texts you, that's different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The boss texts you, we are going to talk about this attitude when you come in Sunday. To which he replied, no, we're not. Bartenders are needed all over the place now. I think I'll just go work at one of the dozens of places hiring around here. I'm fed up with you. To which the boss says, give me a call. Don't make such an impulsive decision. Too late. You're making a mistake because you're drunk and you think it's a good idea. When you wake up tomorrow, you are going to regret this. I can't print the response.
Eat my body part.
Okay, I am now following this Reddit. It's the /r anti-work Reddit. And I guess it's unemployment for all, not just the rich. I'll be joining this one.
So yeah, I think there's more strikes coming back. I think unions are going to be pushing back. I think we're going to see big labor change, huge differences in pay, inflation as a result, but that's fine because the pay needs to go up. It's a fascinating moment.
Do you think it will change our immigration policies? This is something I've been thinking a lot about because, well, it should, but we've got such a vitriol against immigrants that.
Oh, well,
I'm really intrigued.
That and the fact that 700,000 people are dead through to COVID. I mean, that's not surprising.
It has an impact.
That has an impact, right?
Not just the people who are dead from COVID, right? There's the people who are dead. There's the people who have long COVID, which is a problem.
Right.
And people are afraid to go to work. Yeah.
My husband died, and I am now a single parent, and my life is total crap, right?
The people who have to deal with their kids not being at school. And, you want to know why there's and... Gee, I worked at home for a year, and why would I go back to that hellhole we call an office?
That's a big battle there. People have gotten more.
Not that you're saying it's a hellhole at TWiT there, Ant. I know.
Ant's like, let me be judicious here, but
we're trying to give you snacks.
Again,
take the coffee maker, please. Just take it home, Sant. You can have it.
He said it.
Ant's not coming in without donuts. Damn it! It's donuts.
The best part about these texts on this Reddit forum is, in almost every case, the boss says, "Wait a minute, think it over. Don't rush."
Right.
It's like, oh man, that's got to be satisfying. Please don't quit. Whoops.
It's been sad though, just seeing at least here in this area the businesses that are either struggling because they don't have the work staff or struggling because they couldn't come back. I really hate going into the grocery store nowadays because there's never enough help in there. The lines are ridiculously
everywhere.
long.
We went to a restaurant and said, please pardon the slow service, but we can't hire enough waiters, and so it's just going to be slow. Sorry.
Because people
Starbucks around me are limiting
not
hours.
being paid enough, or they're like, you know what, I make more money sitting at home.
Well, that's the question. So if you quit this, look, nobody should be working for minimum wage at a terrible job they hate.
Yeah.
But do you go to another job? Are there better jobs waiting for you?
Lots of places are hiring now. Yeah, and they're giving bonuses. I mean, McDonald's is paying more and giving bonuses to start.
McDonald's near me pays $16 an hour.
But having worked at McDonald's for several years, I can tell you it's not the best job ever.
No.
But if you're like a teenager,
it's a great job for a teenager.
That's a great gig.
And
Were you a spud boy, Leo?
I was making $2.35 an hour. So
what was your specialty at McDonald's?
Well, you start. You work your way up. There's a progression. I started at the counter. Would you like fries with that, sir? You want a nice hot apple pie? And then you get to work the soda machine. Then you do work. Eventually, you get to go to this fryer vats. That's dangerous because
have a robot do the soda machine now.
Not anymore. Yeah, well, yeah, not anymore. These jobs don't exist. But then the fryer vats, and then you work your way up to grill, and then after you do grill, then you work your way up to closer, and then manager.
Yep, got a key then.
And you get a key, and then eventually, you get to go to Hamburger U.
Whoa.
And that is the pinnacle. And actually, that's why I got fired, because the manager sat me down and said, I have a feeling you don't want to become management. I said, no, why not? It's a summer job. Dude, give me a break.
My manager at Ponderosa Steakhouse tried to convince me not to go to college because you got a future here, kid.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's kind of the same, huh? So it isn't a bad job. I learned how to work at McDonald's. I thought that was, there were a lot of things, life lessons there. But you do come home smelling like hamburgers, which is a little hard to get a date. But other than that.
Greasy hair.
And if you're a closer, like you're getting home at 2 in the morning, exhausted, and you're
I wouldn't think that's a move up. I would think closer would be an awful part of the job.
No, because you get a key, right, Ant?
You get a key, you get more money.
Yeah, it's pre-management. Ant
Plus,
knows.
at Ponderosa,
Where did you work? Did you work in a fast food?
Roles.
I won't say the chain, but I did work in fast food for my first job.
Yeah, it's a good first job.
And I got to the point where I didn't want to step up that chain like what you were doing, because I saw that was more work. I didn't mind sitting in the back, emptying trash, washing dishes, and
what did they serve?
Radio back there. It was.
Was it a hamburger joint? Fried chicken?
No, I'm not.
Steaks, lobster.
Hey, these are security questions. I'm not.
I will say that's when my weight problem began. Was working at McDonald's. Because, well, the perfect example was I wanted to take a break. You get a break.
Stop massaging it, please, Leo. It's creeping me out.
I'm needing my loaf.
Yeah, please stop.
And the manager said, you could take a break, but you have to eat 5 Big Macs.
Oh.
Because they get dinged if they don't get eaten. Right? He has to throw them in the waste bin. And that people, that's part of your metrics. So he said, look, eat these and you can have your break. And I got in the habit, but that's a bad habit.
That's a really unhealthy habit.
No, I know.
That's bad.
I still crave them, but I don't eat them.
That's not legal.
Well, it might have been in 1972. I don't know.
Back in the days.
Well, yeah. They didn't even have car seats back
No,
then.
I know.
Seatbelts.
Are you kidding? Everything was legal.
Smoking. You could smoke on an airplane.
Except marijuana. Yeah.